Salutations, my name is Summer and this is Cozy Reading with Quaker Cats, and I would like to do my read and currently reading, but first I just realized that I left the aerator on the fish aquarium, so just a second. Okay, I want to, first we'll talk about what I've read. So I picked up the best of Richard Matheson, and he's so great. I only read the introduction, which was by Victor Laval. I had never heard about him, so I had to go look him up, and now I'm interested in him too. I'm wanting to watch an interview on YouTube about him. The introduction that Victor Laval did was wonderful, and the first story was creepy and, made you uncomfortable, which is good this time of year. It was called Born of Man and Woman. Only a couple pages long, but he puts you in that spot. So I forgot the first time I ever heard of Richard Matheson was I saw the book Stir of Echoes, and I thought, I love that movie. I didn't realize it was a book, and I saw the movie when it first came out, so it was a long time ago. But I've also read I Am Legend by him, and I love that too. I think the book I Am Legend is way better than the movie. The movie was great, but I like how I like the differences, how the book was different than the movie. And of course, they always change things in movies, but whatever. Anyway, I just read the first story of this. I will probably read another one, but these I want to space out, just take little tidbits of him at a time. Also, The Twilight Zone. He wrote a couple of the Twilight Zone episodes. The one I remember the most was a man was in the airplane and he looks out the window. It's like, I don't know if it was stormy or if it was dark because it's been so long since I've watched The Twilight Zone. But he sees somebody on the wing and they're starting to destroy or tear up the wing. And you just feel this panic of what do you do? So yes, very happy about Richard Matheson. I read some more Poe. I read some more of his very short works. I read The Raven, of course, The Facts in the Case of M. Valdemar, which was interesting. The Black Cat, which I dislike so much. I just dislike it. I mean, it's a great story. I just dislike it so much because I get very angry when people hurt other people or animals. I just feel like they're not being responsible for their own actions. So I also read The Cask of Amontillado. I had it. Amontillado. And that's a great story. I mean, getting somebody drunk. Well, I think he was drunk to begin with, but then taking him down deeper and deeper, and promise of this wine. And I'm guessing it's wine. I'm not much of a drinker, so that was a great story. And then Hop Frog. Hop Frog. Most of these are rereads, but I didn't remember them. Because I was like 11, 12, 13 when I was reading them. And I had marked them in my other copy of Edgar Allan Poe. So that's how I knew I had read them. But Hop Frog, as soon as I started reading it, it started to come back. And I thought, oh, yeah. And I started to get this like uneasy feeling, and then I was like, oh, you're gonna deserve what you get, whatever you get, King. So yes, I'm going to be setting Poe aside now, probably until next year, but who knows. Also, I listened to Midnight Sun by Stephanie Myers, and this is, of course, her latest book, and it is about Edward's story perspective of Twilight. It took me a long time to read the Twilight series because I was like, I'm not reading that. I loved it. I read the whole series. I really like this. There were a couple, I mean, it's 22 CDs, so it's very long. And it took me a minute to get used to the 26 hours. It took me a minute to get used to the reader because he didn't sound like who I thought Edward would sound like, but whatever. I got over it. Yeah, I thought this was a lot of fun. I thought she did a great job. Um, of course, she created Edward, so yeah, I thought it was really good. And people who complain about this book, I'm not sure what you were expecting. I mean, it's Edward's story. I thought she did a great job. I thought it was very fun. Of course, I rolled my eyes about you're 100 and some years old and you're still 17. And the whole first love thing, I was like, whatever. You're 100 and some years old. Don't tell me that you haven't been in love before. But anyway, I am still reading War and Peace by Leo Tolstoy. I try to read 100 pages a week, but this week I was under. I was supposed to get to 500 and I didn't. I made it to 470, but I'm still loving it. And I'm glad I'm taking it slow. I enjoy, just reading a little bit every night. And yeah, it's like a constant companion. Every night I go and I read a little bit more. And I have a new character. How you spell his name is Denisov. So I've been calling him Denisov. Anyway, yeah, if you've read this, you know the character. I'm worried about him. He's my favorite. Like, please, Tolstoy, don't kill him. Also, Tolstoy is a genius about characters. So, yeah, he gives us a million characters, but he gives them to us in such a way that by the time we are to be in that character's thoughts or life for a minute, you feel comfortable. Like you already kind of know this character. So it's great. I just started Halloween Party. I mean, only a couple pages. I'm on page 12. Just a couple pages in, so I don't have the feel really for what's going on. But of course, there's a Halloween party and there's kids there. It's like a kids' Halloween party. And they're talking about apple dumping, or is that what they called it? Apple? Where you have the bucket of water or a barrel of water and you have to go and apple dunking, maybe? Anyway, I remember as a kid, I'm 41. I remember as a kid, we went to some school thing. I mean, as a real little kid, or I don't know, I think it was a school thing, but they had that. And these days, could you imagine kids one after another putting their mouths on apples that other kids have and their spit because, you're pulling this day and age, that would not happen. But yes, I'm excited about this. It's time. Also, I want to mention Spinster Library, Claudia, because I was going to set this book aside, Silas Marner by George Eliot. And I really enjoyed Middlemarch, so it's not George Eliot. But this book has just been so boring to me. And there's only like 216 pages. I'm on 110. So for me to think I need to set a book aside that I only have about 100 pages to read, but I watched her review on this. I'll link it, her channel down below, the video down below. Because after watching her video, she didn't give any spoilers, but I thought, oh, that happens? Okay, well, that's something that I can look forward to. So I'm going to try to finish that this week. Also, Stagger by John Hassler. I'm really enjoying this. I really like this setup. If I can keep up with it, I really like that it started October 31st. It starts, Friday, October 30th. And so I thought, oh, if I can read a day and keep up with it, but I'm only halfway through Saturday and today's Sunday. So yeah. So we'll see. But I thought that was kind of cool to read. Like if I could read Friday on Friday and Saturday, I started reading Saturday on Saturday. Of course, I didn't finish Saturday. So already I'm behind of what I would like to do. Also, this is out of print. It's a series. I didn't know that until I went on Goodreads. And Goodreads does not give you the order, which usually they're pretty good about that. But yeah, they didn't give the order of the book. So then I had to go online, and it really was hard looking for how the order of these. But anyway, I'm excited about it. It's very good. It's very quiet, slow town type stuff. Just basic. I really enjoy the main character. So okay. Also, I'm still reading Dirt Music by Tim Winton. This kind of got set aside this week. I don't think I really read much. I'm on page 260. I love it though. And here's the thing, since I know that I'm loving it and I've loved it since page 1 and I'm halfway through it, I kind of feel safe in saying, "Oh, I know I'm going to love it, so I can set this aside and focus on other things." I don't know why I do that. Anyway, I have so much I would like to finish, but I'm at that age where I don't want to rush my enjoyment, you know? So even though I'd like to get all these done this week, it's not going to happen and it's going to be fine. I have to tell myself it's going to be fine. I was wanting to do, I've never done a buddy read, I've never done a read along, but I was wanting to do 3 read alongs next month for November. And then I've just got so stressed out about it. I've decided that I'm going to watch all the videos for everybody who's doing the read alongs, but I'm just going to focus on one read along. And here comes Sully, and that is The Magic Mountain by Thomas Mann. This is Sully. Baby girl, off the computer. Come here. That's by Thomas Mann. So, and Matthew at Mayberry Book Club is having the read along. So, and I think it's going to be, he said that's the only book he plans to read, but I think he said he's not much of a planner. So he likes to just pick up what he's in the mood for. And anyway, now she's knocking over. And I have bookshelves to put up. She's knocking over my books. So I'm not sure where everybody else is. Oh well, it's early. Okay, let me know if you have any thoughts about these books or what you were reading this week. It's chilly here where I live, as you can see my big sweater. So, yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope the last week of October is wonderful for all you guys. Thanks. Bye.